It's the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Arriaga.
And you can follow us or listen wherever you get podcasts. And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling Caucus, Twitter at the Wrestling Caucus on Instagram. And today we're talking about Full Gear. And this year's Full Gear is going to be an interesting Full Gear because there's a lot of new things at play, new people. You know, you got CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, and also I will be there. I'll be at Full Gear, and Smiley's gonna be watching from home. So, you know, after Full Gear, we'll caucus again about my being at, Full Gear in Minneapolis, Target Center, and Smiley being here. So let's dive into the card really quick. So we're gonna start off with Christian Cage, Jurassic Express, and the Super Click, Adam Cole, and the Bucks. So who do you got here?
I kind of think the Super Click should win. Because I do eventually want Adam Cole and Jungle Boy to wrestle again. So maybe if the Super Click wins by some, I don't know, it doesn't have to be like, if they're heels, it can be by some fuckery or whatever. But if this sets up a future, another match between Adam Cole and Jungle Boy, then I'm kind of fine with whatever result. But the Super Kick should probably win this one because I do want Jungle Boy to pin Adam Cole in the future at some point. But it can go either way. I think this match will be really, really good.
Yeah,
Marco Stunt's not going to be. It's going to be Christian Cage instead, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Marco Stunt's not going to be in it. Yeah, this match, I don't really care who wins, but I can see Christian Cage and Jurassic winning because at Grand Slam, the Bucks and everybody threw Christian off the stage. We didn't see Christian for forever, and Adam Cole and the Bucks teamed up on Luchasaurus, and ended him. They destroyed them. So I can see them getting their revenge on this show. But you could always still do Adam Cole and Jungle Boy from this, even with you just don't pin Adam Cole or don't pin Jungle Boy. And I think you could still do it. You can have Christian pin one of the Bucks and whoever. But yeah, honestly, you can do whatever. They can lose, but I kind of see, Christian and Jurassic Express winning because them getting revenge from what happened at Grand Slam.
Wait, actually, now that I think about it, Jungle Boy and Adam Cole can happen again in the future, but now that I think about it, wouldn't it be more likely that they're setting up something with Adam Cole and Christian? Because Christian destroyed Adam Cole's neck, remember, with the concerto?
Yeah.
So maybe this can set up
do that too.
A match between those two.
Yeah, but I definitely, I guess, the just simple storytelling, them just getting revenge on the Super Click. And I think the Super Click is in a position where they don't need to win everything. They don't need to, you know what I mean? I wouldn't pin Adam Cole though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he should
leave Adam Cole alone for a while, for a little bit. Okay, now here's one that I think a lot of people are really excited for, including myself. But I don't know if you saw Rampage. After watching Rampage,
oh yeah, I did.
Oh boy, and I'm talking about CM Punk and Mr. Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Holy shit! So who you got here?
Shit. Punk, but at the same time, I don't know how long they want to do this feud. I was thinking if Eddie Kingston does win, it should be in his fashion where he chokes him out or something like that, or doesn't pin or submit him, but chokes him out or something like that, makes him pass out. But yeah, I don't know who. I don't actually not sure who could win this, but man, the build up to this was insane. The build up was just classic, to me, classic pro wrestling.
Exactly.
I was kind of comparing it to the contract signing. I guess how it was filmed. One of the first few promos backstage, I compared it to the contract signing of Andre and Hulk Hogan, and I stand by that because man, it was just a camera in front of two guys, and you felt all of it, all of their energy, and they didn't disrespect the interviewer. they let Tony hold the microphone. No one took it from him. But yeah, no, this is great. This was really cool. And like their exchange in the ring on Rampage felt very real.
It was
very real.
Very, very real. And it's, yeah, like you said, it's classic pro wrestling. You talk people into the building, you get people really excited, and the tension you can cut with a knife, and they were just kind of letting their true feelings out. And I think this should be Eddie Kingston's CM Punk's first loss, because Eddie Kingston needs a big win. You know, I'm sure he's racked up some wins on like Dark and Elevation and what have you, but he needs that big win in front of the biggest audience that you got. So I say Eddie Kingston can win. CM Punk can lose here. Unless,
you can give Eddie Kingston some heat. I cut you off. Sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't need heat. He needs a big win, you know? But yeah, CM Punk can take an L here. He can. Like, unless CM Punk is going to be in the world title picture, he could take an L here, I think.
Like, no, but like, don't you think the crowd will like boo? Like, not bad boo, but like you know, good heel boos for Eddie if Eddie like
he's not a heel.
Punk or something like that.
Eddie Kingston's not a heel.
I don't.
He got a really good reaction on that. Both of them did.
Oh yeah.
They both got huge babyface reactions. This is not a heel and babyface match.
It's not. Right. It's kind of like correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't kind of remind you of like something on the lines of Sabu and Taz, like two guys who like everyone was like cheering for. No one was. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. No one got booed when they fought each other.
I don't think so. No, I don't think. Well, they wrestled a few times, but yeah, it's one of those matches where you don't need a heel babyface dynamic. You just go out there and then let the crowd decide. If that, they're gonna like both of them. But if Eddie Kingston beats CM Punk, he's gonna get a huge reaction.
He should choke him out. Or women the DDT.
Yeah. CM Punk can lose here. If CM Punk wins, okay, not the end of the world.
Spectacular fashion though, like kind of like like, you know, because Eddie Kingston, like a loss from Bryan Danielson didn't hurt him because it's Bryan Danielson. Like I don't think anyone should beat Bryan Danielson for a while. Punk can probably lose this match, and I'll be okay. But Danielson shouldn't lose for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. If CM Punk wins, it's gonna be like how he went with Bobby Fish. He's gonna really struggle because Eddie Kingston's not a nobody. You know what I mean? Yeah. He wants to kill him. Yeah. So CM Punk is gonna have to earn that victory. But yeah, I think Eddie Kingston should get a big win here, but that's just me. Darby Allin and MJF. Now,
what did it say?
What?
MJF.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it goes without saying. Why? Why do you think MJF should win?
Well, I personally, I'd rather. I do want MJF to win. I like MJF. Like, when was the last? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, when was the last time he got like a big win?
MJF.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't remember. He's won. He hasn't lost yet.
No, like on a pay-per-view though. Did he beat Jericho in that last feud they had? He didn't beat him.
No, he didn't beat it. He beat him on Dynamite. He didn't beat him at the pay-per-view, but he tapped him out. He tapped Jericho out clean on Dynamite.
Oh yeah. Probably like a big pay-per-view win. It would be nice for MJF to have a big pay-per-view.
Well, yeah, I remember he beat Jungle Boy last year at Double or Nothing, and he beat Cody at Revolution. And so, no, MJF should win because he's on fire right now, and the Pinnacle is a force to be reckoned with because FTR is killing everybody, right? MJF definitely needs to win here, I think. You know, he's got a, I think so. There's no reason to, I mean, because Darby, he's got tons of big wins. He's established. He can lose here. He'll be fine. He'll be totally fine. But it's going to be one of those things again, like Punk and Kingston. Darby is not going to go down. We know Darby Allin's not going to go down without. It's going to take a lot to get Darby down, which is going to be, it makes for a very interesting match because the whole idea is Darby Allin is a fucking maniac. He's a daredevil. MJF is just like, he uses his brain. You know, he's very psychological. Darby's going to, you know, kill himself to kill you, but MJF is a little bit more strategic, which I like. I like that dynamic. Because you remember the Jungle Boy match. Jungle Boy is a high flyer. MJF is not that guy, but they came together. They had such great chemistry. And again, this type of match between Darby Allin and MJF, this is one of the things that makes AEW interesting because it's a focus, it's a spotlight on the younger talent. It shows you who should you pay attention to now that's going to carry this company
the present and
in the future. Yes, that's exactly what this match is. And I'm very excited. When I'm at the Target Center, I'm probably gonna eat food before or just make sure I have all my shit that I don't miss this because this is, if Cody's not wrestling on this card. No, he is. I think he is. As of right now, he's not on the card. So if the Cody match comes up, I'll go get food. But yeah, I like Cody. I like Cody, but I can miss a Cody entrance. You know what I'm saying? I can miss a Cody match. But
overproduced theme song. You remember when his theme song wasn't so overproduced? Am I the only one that notices that? His theme song, they added a lot of things.
The arrangement is kind of cool. It sounds nice, but I mean that's another conversation about Cody. But I like Cody. Nothing against Cody, but yeah. But this is the thing I need to see. I need to see all start to end.
There are three guys that I think, two guys other than Hangman Page who I think should or will get the belts next or soon.
Yeah, we'll talk about
MJF and who else? Bryan Danielson. Yeah,
more reason why MJF should win.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Lucha Brothers versus FTR. Who do you got?
Lucha Brothers. Oh, this is for the AAA tag titles, right?
No, it's for the AEW tag titles.
Oh, then I mean, what if FTR won and then had both belts?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. How long have Lucha Bros been champion?
Since All Out. They beat the Bucks.
I mean, you give FTR the gold, and MJF is on his way to gold. So the Pinnacle dripping in gold is not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
I don't know if I would slide Shawn Spears the TNT title, but FTR and MJF can have titles. Shawn Spears has his chair. So
if anything, you can have MJF hold the TNT belt for
if he beats he should go for the world. I think he should go for the world title next.
Yeah.
I mean, him holding the TNT title is not bad, but Sammy's having a good run right now.
Yep.
I feel like MJF should go for the world title.
I mean, with the Elite, the Bucks were tag champions while Kenny was the world champion. I like that. I like, a very believable, dominant heel force that has all the belts, and then a bunch of baby faces kind of take him down and chase him and beat him down. And I think it's cool. I have no problem with that. But there's a lot of things you can do here. Lucha Brothers winning wouldn't be a problem either, because you can do Lucha Brothers, and I think both of these teams are going to lead to Santana and Ortiz. I think both of these, whatever's going to, because we all know you've seen their Impact work, right? I haven't watched Santana. Santana Ortiz and Lucha Brothers. Impact stuff.
Yeah. That was the last time I watched Impact.
Unfucking believable. So that on an AEW stage, cash. And also, I think FTR and Santana Ortiz, they got a lot of I think they're tied. I think that they got one win against each other, if I'm not mistaken. So they can do a nice little rubber match for the title. That would be kind of cool. Or you can start another series of matches between them. Do a little chase with Santana and Ortiz, and it would keep them in that conversation. All right, moving on to an interesting match that I think it's going to be entertaining. This is not going to be a traditional wrestling match, but I'm interested in just for the entertainment value, and that is the Inner Circle versus American Top Team. And what's interesting is that Dan Lambert is actually going to wrestle here. So, and it's a street fight. So Dan Lambert doesn't need to do much. He can get a weapon and crack somebody. He can crack Jericho, and then he can do the whole thing where I see this is easy. Dan Lambert has a kendo stick right to Jericho's back of the head. He doesn't sell it, and then he just beats the shit out of him, and the crowd goes crazy. This will be a fun match. Who do you think is going to win, or what do you think of this whole thing?
I think, all I know is that I know when Jericho gets his hands on Dan Lambert, he's going to be imagining a certain somebody.
Oh, James E. Cornette.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah.
I kind of feel every time like they have a segment, I always.
Yeah, at first I didn't like, and now I'm like, okay, but I think it's flattering. I think it's flattering.
Well, yeah, but like I just feel like every time they have a segment, like Jericho in his head, he just sees Jim Cornette.
Yeah, it's him. It's the Ole Andersons of the world. It's to a degree Superstar Billy Graham and all that. Very traditionalist. I remember when Kofi Kingston was winning the champion. You know, they were like, he's a not Jim Cornette. I don't know what he thought of that, but like, you know, Superstar Billy Graham was very open about the fact that he's short. And Ole Anderson over the years, you read old observers, he's like, guys going off the top row, it's not believable and whatever. Lou Thez will talk to Dave saying, freaking guys going off the top, it's not believable, going off the second row, bad, whatever.
But the way Dan Lambert does it, it literally
sounds a lot
screams
like
Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
And I love Dan Lambert. I say he's one of my favorite things on the show.
Yeah, you know what? And listen,
my favorite thing.
Tony Khan is a big fan of Jim Cornette. Tony Khan loves Jim Cornette. Yeah, clearly. And Jim Cornette is one of the best TV characters in wrestling history.
Yes.
So if you're gonna have a guy like him, and it works. You know what I mean?
I think they should win. I want them. I like Dan Lambert so much. I want them to win.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like I know Jericho's supposed to be a babyface, and I love Santana Ortiz to death, and I like Sammy Guevara a lot.
Yeah.
But,
I think Inner Circle should win because of that. You got Sammy Guevara there as the TNT champion. You got we're saying Santana Ortiz. They may be in the conversation for AEW World title match. So I think Inner Circle should definitely win.
Jericho's gonna get that pin though.
Huh?
He'll probably
there's a million things you could do. You can do what they did at the Double or Nothing. Have Sammy Guevara or whoever get the pin. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anybody.
Have him pull Roman Reigns and have him stack all the top team guys and just pin them like did Wait, he pinned Edge and Danielson like that, did he?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yep. And then Daniel Bryan was like I'm out. Yeah.
By himself.
Yeah, but the thing is, Daniel Bryan, that last run he had with WWE, he knocked it out of the park. Him and Roman Reigns, that match on SmackDown was fucking great. He had a program with AJ Styles. They had an Intercontinental title tournament thing, whatever, and AJ Styles.
Danielson and AJ?
Yeah. They had a fucking great match on SmackDown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot because that was when they made the IC title look horrible.
They tried.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Brian, he tried so many times with that belt, but
Brian had I remember he had some of the best Dolph Ziggler matches I've ever seen with Danielson.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler was good too. But anyway, speaking of the devil, Bryan Danielson and Miro. Whoever wins this gets a world.
It was supposed to be Danielson and Moxley, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Prayers up for John Moxley. I hope him and family are doing okay.
Showed a lot of balls checking himself into rehab and getting himself some help, because usually wrestlers, they don't think nothing's wrong, and
men.
Yeah, mostly men. But I remember years ago, I don't want to throw Jeff Hardy on the bus, or this is 19 years ago.
No, his company threw him under the bus. So.
No. Actually, no. In 2002. Jeff Hardy was on track to being a superstar, and he had that big program with The Undertaker, but he had serious problems. And Jim Ross was like,
earlier, right?
You got to get some help. We'll pay for your rehab or you're fired. And he's like, fuck it. I'm not going to rehab. Eddie Guerrero too. Eddie Guerrero was fired initially. Jim Ross said, you got to get some help. We'll help you. And he's like, fuck that. And unfortunately, Eddie Guerrero since passed, but that was more, it's not just the drinking, it was other things. But with Jeff Hardy, he went to TNA. He had that thing with Sting. He's clearly inebriated. And Victory Road 2011, I don't need to explain it to people listening, wrestling fans.
Look that up, Matt.
Just look that up.
With Sting.
Yeah. So John Moxley showed a lot of balls, a lot of self-awareness, and checking himself in and getting some help, so he's not a danger to himself, to wrestlers in the ring, and his fucking wife and child. So he showed that's a man. That's a real fucking man. And CM Punk's promo on Dynamite was as real can be. And that's the kind of stuff we need. Honestly, you don't need to make every real life situation into a storyline, but they didn't turn it into a storyline, but he just took a real situation and he addressed it. And then he continued on with with whatever he was doing from a storyline perspective, which is fucking brilliant because CM Punk is fantastic. But anyway, Bryan Danielson, Miro, AEW World Title Eliminator final. This is not exactly like a marquee match, but this, I think, is going to blow. It's gonna blow everything out of, not everything out of the water. It's gonna like expand anybody's expectations. We all know Bryan Danielson is the shit. And Miro, I was never a huge fan of Rusev. I thought he was cool, but I didn't like him on that level. You know what I mean? So what do you think of this match? Who you got here?
Well, Danielson. Like, come on. I love Miro, but like, if you want to piss people off, then have Danielson lose a title opportunity for the world title. That's all I'm saying. But like, I'm sure it's gonna be great because, like, you know, Miro like has gotten a lot. I remember when he debuted on AEW, it
sucked.
Which is
the best man thing sucked.
He never appeared, like, which always surprised. Well, the best man character was bad, like, and also, like, you know, I guess also some in-ring stuff, which kind of surprised me because he never appeared that like rusty in WWE to me, at least. But he started, like, you know, all his matches started to get a lot more refined. Like his world title, his TNT title reign actually had purpose, which is really cool. It helped Sammy Guevara, so I have no problem.
Helped him too. Helped both of them.
Yeah. I have no problem with him being a big hurdle, a big brick wall for Danielson to climb over.
And it's a story that kind of writes itself because this is not the first time AEW has been in a position where they had to change it on the fly. You know,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this was built. This is what happens when you build up the people outside of the main event scene. You give you give a lot of other people shine. You know, you build up people. So when a top guy gets taken out for some reason, you have somebody that's ready to go. And Miro was ready to go because the only person he lost to was fucking Sammy Guevara. So It was easy to put him in that position. And he's believable. And his character reinvention has just been extraordinary. And Bryan Danielson is Bryan Danielson. Like, it's easy. You know what he's gonna do. He's
Danielson's undefeated, right?
Yeah, he hasn't lost yet.
Undefeated.
Yeah,
okay.
So he has to win. Bryan Danielson has to win. There's no other way. Yeah, there's no other way.
That adds to the psychology of the match. Because like Danielson's undefeated.
Oh, right.
Another thing that's another little thing that adds to the psychology. To me, that adds to the psychology of the match.
And as you said, Miro is a big brick wall, big hurdle. Yeah. And he's not a dork. Like he's a guy that's like been winning.
Not anymore.
No. I'm saying like he's been on a winning streak. He hasn't really lost. Yeah. So great. He just destroyed Orange Cassidy. You know, because Orange Cassidy, he's a guy that can get killed by Miro. You know, it doesn't hurt him at all.
What did you think? Like, this is sort of like a segue. Like, what did you think of Orange Cassidy beating Will Hobbs?
I had no problem with it because how he beat him was fine. It protected Will Hobbs.
Yeah,
he got a quick pin. Yeah, quick roll up pin him. Or he's like, what the fuck? Like, so that he's fine. Will Hobbs is fine, but he's another guy. He needs a big win down the line, but it was fine in this case.
Yeah,
I
mean, like, I guess like Orange Cassidy, like, he probably like is like the bigger star.
Yeah, he's not. Orange Cassidy's not a nobody.
No,
he's been in a world title match before. You know what I mean? He's not a nobody. That's another thing.
Yeah, which is why I thought that a loss to him getting eaten up by Will Hobbs like a kebab, I thought wouldn't have hurt Orange Cassidy.
Either way, because again, Orange Cassidy's not just a dweeb. Yeah, he has a silly gimmick, but he's not a dweeb. Yeah, and he's over. So him beating him is how he beat him was believable.
Yeah,
he just rolled him up.
Yeah, he didn't like pin him like.
Yeah, he didn't just hit he didn't do like a military press slam Will Hobbs and just pinned him like a dork. No,
F5 Will Hobbs.
Yeah, he didn't F5 him or nothing like that. He didn't German suplex him or nothing. But but Orange Cassidy, people, he has a great. I love his character. I think he's great. It's different, and he's a great fucking wrestler. Yeah.
I like Orange Cassidy. He's a good wrestler. It's just like when I first heard of him beating Will Hobbs, I was like, oh no, why did he? But then I saw how he beat him. I was all right, fine. At least he didn't he didn't pin Will Hobbs with one finger or something. Jesus Christ.
Like Dave Grohl's solo project, just one finger, just one finger. Oh God. What happens to that one finger shit? That's a good thing. But okay. Britt Baker, Tay Conti, AEW's Women's Championship. Tell me what you think while I order my pizza.
Oh yeah, sorry. No. Well, I thought it was really. I keep having that promo in my head where Britt Baker said, "All you've done is show your ass, and I'm gonna beat your ass at Full Gear." It reminded me of a funny Kendrick Lamar line on Family Ties.
What's the line?
No, show my ass and take y'all to class. The multitask like making brother. I just thought of that line when I heard Britt Baker say that. So yeah, no, I'm sure this match is gonna be good. I like Tay Conti. I like her a lot. She's another one who's shown much improvement from the beginning and current state of her AEW career. And Britt Baker's just awesome. I don't see Tay Conti beating Britt Baker at all. Right, not right now. I mean, unless if like you have Tay Conti beat Britt Baker and then set up something between her and Anna Jay, but I don't think you need to take the title away from Britt Baker to help Anna Jay. And eventually, I don't even know if Anna Jay's. I don't know if she's gonna be in the world title mix. She's in that TBS title tournament, Anna Jay, right?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, Britt Baker should not be losing right now.
No,
not at all. But this would be an interesting match. Tay Conti is great. You know, she has some MMA experience, and she's another one who improved immensely. And I don't know exactly what Britt Baker said, but apparently she had some criticisms of WWE's developmental system. I don't know what her criticisms were, but I have some criticisms of their developmental system too, because Tay Conti improved so fast just being on. Listen, we have to get rid of, because most wrestling fans are conditioned by WWE programming, right? They only know Vince McMahon's way of booking and doing things. You know, pro wrestling, you know what every promotion's developmental system should be? Their fucking TV show. Miro was already a good wrestler, but like from a character perspective, it sucked at first. And then every week it improved. They changed. The developmental system is TV. Look at Britt Baker. Before AEW, she had very little wrestling experience. You know how she got better? By being on fucking television every week or most weeks. And also, AEW has a relationship with independents. Their wrestlers can go work independents and work in other promotions to hone your craft. They don't need a fucking whatever in a certain area that, you know,
theater center.
They don't need that. They don't need a performance center. They don't need a Deep South or whatever. If they look who's on that fucking roster. Arn Anderson, Dean Malenko, Jerry fucking Lynn, Jim fucking Ross.
Yeah.
If you want to know about your craft and have any question about wrestling and developing your craft, go to those people and talk to them and show them. Apparently, according to
some people get mad at Jim Ross for giving his insight
because they're stupid. Those people are stupid
in the company.
Okay, you know, Santana Ortiz. You know what they said about MGF? MGF goes around and he asks people, "How'd I do? Tell me how I did. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing?" That's how you get better. That's your developmental system. Not no fucking place in Florida where they. You know what WWE does? Look, I'm not gonna say we've already talked enough about WWE, but this is what they do. Keith Lee, instead of just hiring Keith Lee and just for Keith Lee, like they don't think, okay, here's a person on the independents. We could do something with them. They take the guy, then they take away everything that made him cool, and then they just turn him into Ricochet. They took Ricochet, right? Triple H, when he saw him, he's like, okay, this is the guy we can use for NXT. And just Triple H took Ricochet, he put him on NXT, and he let him be Ricochet. And case in point, he was great. Then and then Vince got a hold of him. And he went through WWE's developmental system. He goes to the main roster. They turn him into a fucking superhero. They have to make you something, right? Keith Lee can't just be Keith Lee. He has to be fucking Bearcat. Don't fucking tell me anything about WWE's developmental system. It sucks. It's nothing. Triple H or somebody, William Regal, they'll scout talent. They'll do the things with them. And then Vince will get a hold of him and just strip them naked and turn him into some bullshit. They don't give a fuck what you did in other promotions. Every other wrestling promotion is not like that. Oh, AJ Styles, I love what you did in TNA. Can you do what you did there and do it here? And we'll give you money. And what do you know? AJ Styles became a bigger star after he left TNA because Gato and whoever got a hold of him just knew. Japan. Yeah. You don't, whatever. Anyway, so if you want to talk about how AEW develops talent, look at MJF, look at Darby Allin, look at Sammy Guevara, look at Ted Conti, look at Britt Baker, and tell me, look at Orange Cassidy, and tell me how well they're doing with their talent. They're doing very fucking well, if you ask me. But anyway, Britt Baker should not be losing.
They're not outselling like, you know, Austin, but they're doing pretty good. Like
they're not Steve Austin. No.
Yeah, like when you let like people like this be themselves, like they either sink or swim.
Yeah.
But, you know, Britt Baker didn't sink really. She was like kind of drowning at first, but then she quickly rose.
Found her character.
Yeah.
She found who she was. People knew she was a dentist. They knew she was a wrestler. But then she just kind of found what made her. You know why? By being on television every week.
And plus, it also helped that she's like an actual dentist, not just like some cosplay that she's playing.
No. You know, and yeah, anyway, I just hate Vince McMahonisms. We got to unlearn that. But okay, last but not least, probably the most important match in AEW in a long time. And that is Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. And again, you want to talk about talent development, how this guy started and where he is now? Whew, my God. This is the most important match in AEW right now. You know why? Because this has been brewing since AEW started. Because AEW started with Hangman having tension with the Elite. He wanted to be the lone wolf, and he's like, guys, I need some time to myself. That caused a big rift. And that all boiled over at Revolution 2020. Remember, they had that sit down with Jim Ross, and the Bucks were like, you were just a jobber in Ring of Honor before you came with us. And it was just a lot of heat, and Kenny Omega was in the middle of it. And then Hangman and Kenny were a tag team. They were amazing. And then they kind of splintered off, and Kenny went crazy and joined with Don Callis.
I thought Hangman was going to turn on Omega. That's how I thought like it was back then. I don't know. It's been a lot of like start. At first, I wasn't like too excited about the match at first, only because like it's been a lot of start and stop with Hangman's like momentum. But now it seems like they're actually going full speed ahead. I hope.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was start stop. I
it kind of felt like it was like 1 minute he was like he didn't want to be there. Next minute he like it just felt like I don't know. It felt like it was kind of like disjointed at points. But like, I think they're actually trying to find a footing. They actually found a footing for him now.
What was disjointed? I'm curious.
Like, I don't know, because like he was having like I thought he was like having. Wait, was the whole thing that he was having a drinking problem when he was in the Elite?
No, he wasn't having a drinking problem. Like, he just wanted, to do his own thing. He wanted to be by himself.
Because I remember Matt like ridiculing him for drinking a lot and.
Because he had scotch on him every time, and the tension was rising before AEW even started officially. He was like, I need to do my own thing, guys. And I guess and now with I think I like what they did because he wanted to be on his own, but he was still friends with Kenny, and they formed a tag team, and the Inner Circle was wilding out. And Hangman would always come the last minute and then leave immediately after helping them out
or whatever.
Yeah. And it was, not that drunk, just like kind of just like lazy and just nonchalant. And
I know he was pretty drunk. he looked pretty drunk until that's the whole thing. Like he literally like would stumble like to the ring and shit. Like people
I like how
it was actually getting him over.
And it said, he became like I thought Hangman was gonna go heel too, but then he got super over. It's like they can't turn him heel at all. And then Stadium Stampede,
the guy who was having drinking problems in the group was getting over.
And then he became a megastar. And then at Stadium Stampede, he comes in on the horse, and then as soon as Kenny gets to 1, 2, 3, he doesn't celebrate with the Elite. He just goes off on his own.
Yeah,
he comes and he helps out and then he just gets the fuck out of there. And I think it's cool. And now. He said when AEW started, I want to be the first AEW champion. Then he admitted, I fucked up. I fail.
Yeah,
And
I
now,
did like how he addressed like they didn't like just look over all the like I say like they kind of addressed the starts and stops that he had. They kind of he kind of addressed like, yeah, I know I've gone through a lot. Like I
yeah,
like how he addressed it. So it kind of that one promo made me excited for the match again.
yeah. And I thought the tag team that from Revolution, Dave Meltzer gave it 6 stars, but that match was fucking incredible. And it was one of the best tag matches I've ever seen, outside of like the Hardy Boy stuff and the All Japan tag stuff. But my God, I'm really excited for this because this has been brewing for a few years, and it took a lot of different turns, a lot of welcome turns. Hangman and Kenny becoming a tag team and doing good, and them kind of splintering off too, and Hangman aligning himself with the Dark Order, not joining the Dark Order officially, just that's his backup. You know what I mean? Those are his friends, even though he wanted to be alone, but he became friends with them naturally, which was kind of cool. But
I remember when Brody Lee was alive, and I talk about this a lot because it was something I was really looking forward to. They were heavily teasing. I don't know if they were going to involve when Brody Lee was alive. I don't know if they were going to involve Hangman in the Dark Order, but they were heavily teasing something like because Brody Lee wanted Hangman Page. Like that was like kind of the story. Like I want you idiots to get me Adam Page in this group.
yeah,
And I think they were teasing something between them, and then Brody died.
yeah,
so,
right. But I think they could have done what would have been cool with Brody and Hangman. Like the Dark Order, they kind of like start to like maybe distrust Brody and follow Hangman, and then Brody would get jealous, and it could lead to a program.
Yeah, they know they're cool. Definitely teasing something between those two.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. But who do you think is going to win, Hangman or Kenny?
I think I feel like Hangman like you could go different ways. Like on one hand, if Hangman wins, what I do kind of think he should win. Like, you could close you can have an ending to a story that's been building for a while, and then have Danielson maybe go after Hangman or MJF go after Hangman. And if you have Kenny keep the title, I don't know what you do with Hangman, but like you could eventually build to Danielson and Omega too. But then again, I don't know if you need the title to have Danielson and Omega too.
There's a lot you can do here.
Yeah,
there's a lot you can do here.
But I think Hangman Adam Page should win.
Adam Page should definitely win. Clean, buckshot, twice. After murdering each other for like 30 minutes or whatever. You can do Hangman and Kenny. Brian Danielson and Omega 2 without the title.
Yeah, you can have them fight to see who gets the title shot.
The winner gets to face Hangman.
And then eventually the third Danielson versus Omega could be for the title. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but probably.
I don't know if they're gonna do a series with those three.
No, I think but I think Hangman should have it for a while, at least like 6 months, and then you can have like MGF or someone beat him or something like that. There's a lot you can do. Like you can do you can have Hangman face Bryan Danielson at another pay-per-view or another special Dynamite, and you can establish Hangman by he can be the first one to beat Bryan Danielson. You can do that too, because again,
Hangman beat Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, if he's going to be the champion, he should beat him. Yeah, because you got to establish the future. You gotta do that. And AEW's been pretty good with that so far, but like they got to really do that. They got to like go all the way with Hangman because. Yeah, I mean, why not? Look at him; he's a fucking superstar, and he gets the superstar reaction.
If there's any time to pull the trigger now,
is the time.
Because it's not like a thing where like, oh, someone's randomly challenging for the title. No, like this has been like brewing for a while. Since the start of AEW, Hangman has been wanting to be world champion. Yep. So you could, literally the only reason I in my head that first second I wanted Omega to win is so you can do a series with him and Danielson.
Yeah, you could.
I'm still not over that first one.
Yeah, but let's say if Bryan Danielson or CM Punk is like, fuck it, I'm gonna go hang out with my wife and my kids, and you have Hangman, you have a star. You need to, but like look what happened with the AEW tournament. Moxley is getting himself some help, which is admirable. And what do you do? Who do you put in that mix? Oh, Miro's a killer. He doesn't lose. Boom. There you go. So yeah. All right. Yeah, that's Full Gear. You know, it's funny. Like, this has been the most highly, at least for me, the most highly anticipated Full Gear show of the year. Usually it's like All Out, Double or Nothing. Those are like the big ones. But like this show, like I'm really, really excited for. I don't know about you.
No, I'm very excited for Danielson and Miro. Well, mainly Punk and Kingston. I meant to say Kingston first. Kingston and Punk. I am excited for Danielson and Miro. I think Danielson should win, obviously, but I do like what they're doing with Miro. The world title match. I'm like, the last time I saw Omega and Paige wrestle each other was in New Japan, and it was awesome. So I don't think this would. I don't have a problem with this match, with this main event at all. Like,
and this is not a one match show. You know, like All Out wasn't a one man show, like by any means. But like that, the focus of that show was CM Punk's first match in 7 years. Great, that's fine. But this show, the card has a lot of depth to it. Yeah. You know, and I love, that's what it makes a good wrestling card. Like, there's more than one reasons up and down the card to be excited about. That's it. That's all it's about. If you want me to pay my money, that's it.
Something? Are you doing a casino battle royal or casino ladder match? Oh wait, they already had the casino ladder.
Yeah, they had the thing already. Yeah, they're not doing none of that.
They're not doing it. They're not doing an opening, like a pre-show, like a buy-in.
I mean, they're gonna do a buy-in, but I guess they're gonna announce that on Dynamite. So yeah, we'll see. All right, this has been the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Arriaga.
And you can listen to the show wherever you get podcasts, and of course on peteraradio.com/The Wrestling Caucus, and you can follow us on the socials at Wrestling Caucus Twitter, at The Wrestling Caucus on Instagram. All right, later days.